Hello, everyone. Welcome to Unapologetic Melody, a podcast about music and a dash of pop culture. I'm your host, Damara,
I'm Gina.
and today we're going to be discussing female rap being too hypersexual, why aren't award shows hitting anymore, and Universal removing music from TikTok and how it affects artists. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So, would you like to kick this one off with female rap and hypersexuality?
See, this one really grinds my gears. So, I think for me, what started was that I was literally just on my phone and stuff, and so I I think where I got upset was that like Gorilla and like Megan Thee Stallion released this new song called "Wannabe." And so there was like this twerk challenge that was going on to like obviously drum up more publicity for the song. And so just recently I just feel like I've been just seeing like ass all over like my algorithm and stuff. It's just been like twerk challenge, twerk challenge, twerk challenge. And I thought to myself, this is female rap in 2024. Like I feel like this just summarized female rap. And by the way, when I say female rap, I mean mainstream, like mainstream female rap. I know that people can argue, well, that's not all the female rap. But I was like, yes, but this is the overwhelming representative that is being pushed in the forefront. And I was like, when is enough tomorrow?
Um, I honestly think that the line's just gonna be pushed further and further and further. So maybe until, like, say, it's not allowed on Instagram anymore.
I was gonna
That might be the line.
And the thing is, what I say, like Damara and I on like not prudes or anything. Like, the thing is, I think it's also good to have like it's fun to have like whining and twerk music. I enjoy them. We need time to turn up as women and feel good. So
Mm-hmm,
I'm
mm-hmm.
not against it at all. But at this point, I feel like since 2018, when it's just constantly, and at this point, it just seems like that's all the music that's being released. It just gets to be too much, and it's like, when is enough enough? And my issue is that it's the lack of balance in
Yeah,
it.
I agree. Personally, as an artist, I would just want my catalogue of music to just have various vibes, various feels. I've got the sad girl songs, I've got the empowering women songs, I've got the songs to make you feel sexy, I've got the bedtime songs, not just one particular song with one particular sound. Because, certain songs, booty shaking songs, it's got a certain sound to it,
Mm-hmm.
certain rhythm, certain tempo. Like, I would just want to be seen by the public or by my audience as just a versatile, diverse artist. I'm not just a one trick pony making these songs. And I know it pays the bills, and that's probably why a lot of the mainstream artists or the mainstream rap girls are doing it. But for consumers, it is tired. In my opinion now, with how it's being done, it's very same-ish. And I'm a bit, not a bit, I'm tired of it. Um, and then also as well, like, I'm not a prude. I love beautiful women, big bodies, love that. But like, it's just borderline soft porn. I don't even know how else to say it. It's
No,
just
I
like,
agree.
and it's just like,
Because
I just don't want to watch
Cause,
soft porn.
Because you know what, let me say stuff too. Even though in the 90s we had Little Kim and Foxy Brown, obviously, and thing is, when we had the Little Kims and the Foxy Browns in the 90s, I felt like the 90s had it perfect for me personally. The 90s, you had the Little Kims and the Foxy Browns, but you had the Lauryn Hills, you had the Queen Latifahs, you had like the Missy Elliott's, even though she's like late 90s, more 2000s. There was a perfect balance. And even then, I felt like, and Little Kim's lyrics were raunchy as like how, like, we're not going to deny that Little Kim's lyrics were raunchy. However, even then with the music videos that they did, they went like crazy nowadays. Like, these music videos nowadays that are coming out is actual madness. Because also at this point too, the thing is, I'm not gonna put this all on the women too. It's the men too. I think
What?
no, I'm gonna put this on the men too. I
No,
think
I agree.
hip hop has a hypersexuality problem in general.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. And that's the thing. Did it start with us first or did it start with them first? Did it start with the artist taking it there and we were like, whoa, yeah? Or was it had to start with the artist first. It has to.
Well, let's be honest. Like hip hop, it started out with the men. We had the NWAs who literally started like perpetuating that like hypersexualization of
Yeah, and
women.
those crazy
They
music
literally
videos.
like it started with NWA. They had the imagery of women also started twerking and stuff and literally like smashing cake in their faces and stuff. And then other men started doing it in hip hop, and then that
Yeah.
became in fashion. Like Nelly literally swiped a credit card between a girl's butt crack. I
He
feel like
did get a lot of backlash from that, but I think that's because he was the first to do it. But even with that being said, it didn't stop all the other like millions or hundreds of thousands of music videos being made. And then also as well, I'm not blaming here, but you know, the the models being casted,
the bit like
the video vixens.
you had like the video vixen eras of the 2000s. The thing is, I'm not. The thing is, I'm not gonna blame the video vixen girls because they were just doing their job.
No, we hear it. I hear what you're saying. What I'm saying is, like, for example, let me take out video vixens, just models in general, yeah? There's certain things they're not doing for a shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I mean? I feel like, now I understand you've got to make a check, and I understand that it takes courage. It does take courage to stand up to men that are being very firm. This is what you're doing. I just wish there was more like camaraderie between the women on these shoots, and there's more togetherness rather than just being individuals trying to blow. And like, I feel like if all the women on the same page as like, cool, we're not like getting topless for you, or you're not touching us, we're just models in this video.
I think today you now see more
That could have
camaraderie.
helped. Now, because lots of stories have come out about how video vixens were mistreated.
Shout out to Conversions of a Video Vixen by Corinne. That was like
Crazy.
she exposed people in that.
Yeah, like a lot of these video vixens went through hell, and I wish, you know, there was more support and things in place to avoid that from happening, because no one talked, no one said anything, or people were silent. And you know, silence is it admission, or is that the
complicit?
Yeah, people would see things. Oh, they might think in their head, "Rah, maybe she shouldn't do that in the music video," but they wouldn't say anything. You know?
Yeah.
So now music videos, I would say, in this day and age, if it's more free will and women sign things and like, yes, this is my choice, I want to do this in the video.
It's even worse though.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's because it's people.
That's what I'm saying. Is that
more willing to, you know,
see this
do stuff in the music.
See, this is the part I have interesting. So women are like now it's like women on the forefront of rap, right? Which is good to some extent. No, which is great. No, which is great to every extent. But it's just interesting now. It's now we can only seem to blow up when we have one type of music, one type of hypersexualized imagery. Like, let me ask like people who watch this. Do you guys know that Rhapsody has had an album coming out?
Yeah.
Do you guys know about Tierra Whack's up-and-coming album that's coming out? Did most of you guys listen to Lola Brooke's album that came out a few months ago? If you did, what's the name? No name. Let me just pause for just 1 second. Do you guys know about a lot of these girls? No, because they don't get any attention. Like the women who don't hypersexualize themselves, they don't get the same comment, engagement, likes. They are not posted on these blogs, but then you will see the Sexy Red, and this isn't a dig at Sexy Red, but this is just reality. They don't get as posted as much compared to when the hypersexualized imagery plays out, because most of us, let's just be real, we get our information from blogs and T pages. And so the blogs and the T pages, which is how a lot of us in the Black community and urban community, that's how we get most of our content. Because we don't see these other types of female rappers exposed for those, we don't think that a lot of them exist or even put out music. So at the end of the day it's the fault of us as like a consumer, because again, Sexy Red wouldn't exist if there was no demand for her. It's the fault of the blogs for literally not even giving these type of same promotion to other types of female rappers. Like, because I remember this when And this is true. Again, I'm not saying this is hate, but this is actually true. I remember this when I was on, like, because again, I used to get my pages up. I used to get all my gossip from gossip pages. I remember when Sexy Red first started blowing up, people started posting her a lot, and a lot, a lot. And I remember this, that people in the comment sections were saying, "Why do you guys keep posting her so much?" And then people in the comment section were just saying, "Why don't you post other female rappers the way that you post her?" So in the beginning, people were like, "Why are you doing it?" And then over time, it's like now we're just used to seeing it. So I think that I hold a lot of accountability to a lot of these huge, like, places.
But you do know as well, like, these big T pages, they're probably paid to post.
That's true.
They're not just bored, like, oh, I'm going to post Sexy Red today. I'm going to post her tomorrow and the day after. They're being paid to post. So it might actually be, ties into money. Everything's about money. But now I'm not even disregarding what you're saying, because 100%, the women or the rap girls that are mainstream, yes, hypersexualized. Being hypersexualized ties into their popularity. Being popular ties into your streams. So that's why, and that's how I think these blog pages tie into it. If you're popular, you get posted. And if you're popular and paying me, you get posted.
And I think the reason why is because, for example, when, like, more outrageous stuff is said, you get more comments, you get more engagement in the algorithm. Like, I think because, like, a lot more outlandish stuff that you say, it gets more comments, it gets more engagement. So, and also a lot of people will see these other rap girls because they're really just about the music. They're not doing any madness or antics.
Yeah,
so people don't
exactly.
engage in their content. So therefore, they don't see these other girls as worth posting. Therefore, these other female rappers who aren't hypersexual or who don't really just do anything, to be honest, they don't get posted. It's like, we don't really,
Yeah.
people just like, oh, we don't care because they're not interested.
If we're being real as well, what these blog posts, it's not actually mainly their music. It might be nonsense that they're doing and their music's in the background.
Let me say something. Most of the stuff is literally not about their music. It's literally
just
about
them.
It's just them.
It's them, and they put their lives out there. And some of these artists don't do that. But like I said, it's all a combination, because say Tierra Whack started putting her life out there, I don't think the blog pages would still pick her up like that. I think it has to be, you're out there, your personality's big, you shake your ass online.
And I think that's it. So I think it's a combination of multiple things. And I also think that we as the consumers need to start taking a lot of accountability as to why the state of, like, mainstream, like, female rap is the way it is. I think most of us are unwilling or have some weird cognitive dissonance as to not addressing why it's the way it is. Sexy Red wouldn't exist if there wasn't a demand for her. And who made Sexy Red popular? We the people did. And again, it's not to say that Sexy Red doesn't deserve to be there. I was gonna say there is a space for everybody, but it promises that no balance, just one type of imagery. And so we have to say, why is it that we find ourselves, and even again as Black women, why do we find ourselves only worth engaging in content, only even worth talking about when it's this hypersexualized imagery? Why do we not see ourselves worth engaging with? Because you have people like the Willow Smiths and, like, Halle Bailey just released some really good music, but again, she's doing more alternative.
Remember rap. What are we talking about then?
Okay,
we're talking about rap.
Okay, sorry. I'm getting into R&B because I was talking about different types of representation.
Like, because we need to be realistic with ourselves as well. If we're just speaking about rap, yeah.
Okay.
So, rap, hip hop, including the men, sex sells, right? Sells in the music, it sells in the music videos. Cool. So the problem now that is being had is how much of, because you might talk about sex in your song, but we're in a place now where for some reason we believe we have to see it or see like 50% of it for it to engage with the audience. And then now we've even taken it to a place where it's like we're basically seeing, like, we see simulations of it now, like the Bustin' music video, Moneybagg Yo, Rob 49, he's pouring a champagne bottle into a girl's mouth, but it's not like it's not like that. It's from his crotch area.
And it's
And the
literally.
girl was, I cannot even do that on the camera. I cannot simulate what
That's
she
what I was
did.
gonna say.
But it's from his
I was gonna
crotch.
say you can YouTube it. Ari
Yeah.
Fletcher's in it.
It's from the crotch area. So it's just like, I feel like, cool, consumers, we take it in, but I do think artists take it there first, personally. Because how graphic has got more and more and more and more. And it's the artists make the art. Cool. If I'm sitting here watching a music video and like, cool, they're in like, I don't know, a crop top and a cute small skirt, right? And I'm like, oh, that's a nice outfit. Yeah, I'm content with this. This is great. But the next music video is nipple tassels. What does that, as a consumer, what did I do how did I influence that? I did nothing.
I think
just watched and I liked it.
The thing is, but that's the thing. I think we influence it by engaging with it. Like, for example, like Pound Town. The reason why Pound Town blew up is because we were laughing about how outlandish the chorus was about saying my coochie's pink and my like booty hole's brown. Like, we engaged with how outlandish that is. And I even remember in an interview, like Sexy was just saying, well, it's just a silly song. And
Yeah.
but people grabbed onto how silly it was. So if I'm sexy, I'm thinking, oh, okay, people want to hear crazy, really hypersexual lyrics. So I'm gonna push it even further because the more outlandish that it is, the more people will engage in it.
Okay. Before Pound Town, did we have Pound Town?
Okay.
It's yes or no?
No, I'm trying to think.
Before we had the lyrics, my coochie pink, my booty hole brown. Yeah, I can't say that. Pink, brown. Before we had that lyric, did we have it?
I'm trying to think I think again, WAP was even probably the closest that we got. And even WAP compared to now, WAP wasn't even that bad. Like if I'm comparing it to now, I don't think it was that bad in mainstream female rap.
Cool. So we hadn't ever had a WAP before, right? Before that song. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Not to that. I mean, does My Neck and My Back by Kaya count? I was gonna say because that one was quite explicit.
Yeah, I think it counts. Cool. So before we had On My Neck, My Back, did we?
I mean, we had Trina.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is it's coming from the artist first. The artist takes it there. We're always gonna consume it because it's about sex. And the artist knows we're going to consume it because it's about sex. So therefore, they make music that they know is going to sell. And then we eat it up. And then, cool, now I'm going to make it even raunchier. Then we eat it up. Then they're like, cool, I'm going to make it even raunchier. Then we eat it up.
And it's like, where does the line, like, where do we draw the line after
the line
a while?
Until the internet is not, until streaming services will, but that's the thing though, music is so expressive, you can still make a raunchy song and take out the swear words and the naughty words. My mind will still go there because I know what the song is about. Do you understand what I'm saying? So consumerism is part of the problem, but I also think as well we have to put the responsibility on the artist. Like if they didn't release the stuff, I'm not taking it in. It's just kind of like, food. If the food ain't grown, am I eating it? Or the food ain't, if the food isn't prepared, can I eat it? No.
I just wonder, like, but what has happened to us as consumers? Because we had times where we can listen to conscious rap and we can listen to the really songs because people, we are human beings, we are multifaceted. We have different layers to us. So we had the capacity to be like, okay, I can listen to the fun twerk songs, but then I can also listen to a really good song like Lauryn Hill, Killing Me Softly, and that can still actually chart and be mainstream.
Do you know what though?
Why do we now in 2024 not be able to have to support that kind of music now to the same extent that was there in the 90s? What has shifted in us
do you
as
know
the consumers?
Do you know what though? I genuinely believe that hasn't changed. It's just the songs that are about sex, they just do so well. They just do amazingly well. That is like viral hits. Because I can listen to Megan, and I got Little Sims on my playlist. I listen to all of them. It's just, unfortunately, what's more popular on the radios is the viral hit songs about sex. What music videos are going to be pushed? The viral hit song about sex. Like, it's pushed in front of us more, but we still have all these songs that are about everything, like R&Bs. Like, I listen to R&B still. Got all these art, like Cowboy Carter, you know. That's even come out. There's nothing about sex there.
But I was gonna say, but because again, I think it's the same because it's Beyonce, and Beyonce is such an established artist. I feel like
I
Beyonce is like
know,
the anomaly.
but there's still, okay, Ariana Grande dropped. Is that solely about sex?
But she's white.
So what is this conversation about then? Is we talking about female rap being hypersexual,
yes,
or what?
and yes, and because it's specifically an issue that seems to be pertained to Black women, because white women can be multifaceted and have different types of representation and still find success. But for some reason, when it comes to us as Black women, and female rap is a gateway to that conversation, that we can only really seem to get the huge success as Black women when we're being hypersexual.
But you said that there's so much songs about sex, bloody, 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 blah, right?
Yes.
But, so basically, because there's so much songs about sex, am I going to ignore Lola Brooke? Am I going to ignore Rhapsody? Am I going to ignore Tierra Rack? They're still making the songs.
Yeah, exactly. And
the catalogs is there.
And it's there, and we don't support them. So then this goes to my point about, as Black women, like, it seems to be this weird self-fulfilling prophecy that now we can only find success as being hypersexual. So then, will other Black women want to come into the industry in female rap who'd be like, I want to have a diverse body or a bigger catalog, but then I'm afraid to do so that I won't be as popular if I don't twerk, if I don't wear the booty shorts and stuff like that too. Because we have those Black female rappers who are like that, but they are even, and they, by the way, they do have their small cult fan bases that support them, but they're not celebrated in the mainstream as they should be. So how will that affect other female rappers and how they approach themselves and want to come up in the industry?
I know what you're saying, but I'm literally just honing on the point. Are you saying that the mainstream rap girls is just solely about sex then, basically?
I was gonna say, yes, but it's basically just about hypersexuality, yes.
But okay, so mainstream rap is kind of like pop. In the sense, to be the most successful, yes, it seems like you're gonna be hypersexual. But there are small pockets of rappers, but they're not as popular. That's the thing. It's just like the songs are being made. It's it's not being bumped in the club. It's not being bumped on the radio. So it is what it is, and that also ties not just with female rap songs in general. If they're not about sex, really and truly, you don't hear them too much.
I'm gonna push back on that, because you know why? Because with male rappers, there is still room for the J. Cole's and the Kendrick. And again, I know these guys are established.
Okay, cool. I'm talking mainly about like having the viral hit. Like, when I say sex as well, I'll tie in the surface level songs about partying, lifestyle, getting goals, being rich. Because female rap is about that as well. They're not just talking about sex. I'm talking about the shallow part of rap. Those are the songs, or that content is what blows up. Male or female. Like,
no, I agree. I just think that men in rap get a bit more of a gateway to be a bit more multi-dimensional and still find more success at this point in 2024. This is just my opinion. I think men get a bit more gateway to be a bit more multifaceted and still find more success compared to female rappers.
Which rappers are we talking about though?
That again, are we
talking about rap, or are we talking about now alternative, the Don Tollifers and the Gunners?
No, I'm talking about rap specifically, which is why I mentioned the Kendrick Lamar's and the J. Cole's and stuff, and even what's it called? I was gonna say even like Lil Uzi and stuff.
Lil Uzi's alternative.
Do you consider Lil Uzi to be a rapper?
He's alternative. He's
Okay.
alternative. That's
Uh,
the thing. What are we talking about
but
here?
what I was gonna say, okay, so in
Are
that
we
case,
talking
like, let's
about
not count like Travis Scott or anything, because I know he's alternative.
alternative? That's
But
the thing.
but
Like,
but
what are
but
we talking? Are we
but
talking
but
about rap here, hip hop? What are we talking
but I was
about?
gonna say, like, but again, these guys are considered to be part of hip hop. But what I'm saying is that they get space to be alternative. But then we have people like Rico Nasty. She's an amazing alt girl, but she doesn't get the shine from mainstream that she does. Like, what I'm saying is
Yeah,
that
I.
they get space to be alternative and still find success. Black women and female rappers
Mm,
don't get the same
I
way to
get,
have
I
that.
get about what you're saying, but I'm talking about rap here specifically. Like, not alternative. So, because you're now making it a male, like female kind of thing. I'm specifically talking about rap music, like not someone that does high production stuff and it's like trippy music, psychedelic music, because that's a whole new different genre in my opinion.
Oh, because I was gonna say, because thing is, I feel like we have, because thing is,
Because we have so
I
many different
know.
pockets of black music now. People sub it all into rap, but it's not all the same.
Oh, because I was gonna say, because I want to. Okay, because thing is, now we're getting into another a topic of like, do we consider like the Lil Uzis and the Travis Scotts to still be part of hip hop and rap and
Yeah.
stuff? And then we're gonna get into another tangent on that. So, because I consider them to be part of hip hop, which is why I include them in it.
Mm.
But I was gonna say, well, actually, do you know what? This is a good point for another actual topic because we don't want to
Yeah.
go too much into a rabbit hole. But
Because I'm just saying, to be successful in this day and age, as a rapper, rap music, nothing else. And I understand, yes, men have more leeway to take that, to be more experimental with their music. I agree with that. Um, but specifically with rap music, not artists that are alternatives, we already know being a black female, it's harder to be a musician. Cool. But specifically rap music, the more shallow you are, the more successful you're, or not successful, the
will you blow up?
yeah, the more you blow up artificially.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And it's kind of like the era we're in. Like, if the song isn't about how much money you have, how much girls you get, the private jets, your kettles, bust downs, skip. That's for the men. For the girls, it's about being the prettiest, being the baddest, having the best kitty, having the fattest bum.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think rap as a whole, and also as well with the rappers, you have to have bad bees in your video. You have to have a bad bee on your arm, and as a female, you have to be the bad bee.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's so hypersexualized for both, but unfortunately, the sword falls harder on us because we're the sexual beings that's now being used in the video,
and
or in the industry, or whatever you want, however you want to call it.
and so I think for me, the very final point that I'll make before going to the next topic is that even though I guess we're at the ones leading on the forefront of our sexuality, and I ask this a question to my beautiful black queens out there, is it really the spectacle of empowerment and liberation that we think it is, or is it a self-fulfilling prophecy where we are trapped into our own image of hypersexuality?
But also as well with
That's what
that
I'll say.
conversation, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, because like I said, I do, in some music videos, I'm just like, wow, like I've actually seen, like, I've seen everything in your body. Like, I should not be seeing that, you know? But then what if they want to be? What if that's how they want to express themselves? And who am I to say no? Like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
no,
always that line.
no,
But
yeah, that's
also
fine.
as well, who are we to say, look, if they want me to see the corner, if they want me to see them in their corner and crevice,
No,
like, who am I to say that's too much? But then as well, I do also think, just in the general basis of things, I cannot walk down the street butt naked. I will get arrested. So I think some of that needs to be applied to the music, and that's what I'm gonna say.
I think the key word is just balance. That's all.
Yeah,
Balance. Yeah.
yeah, I would say, yeah, balance, but as well, like, everything's interpretation. Like, if an artist wants to do a music video with just tassels and shorts, and YouTube says this is fine, then what can you do?
Are we gonna support it or are we gonna not? So yeah. So next
But
topic.
yeah, so the next topic would be, why are award shows not hitting anymore?
I think the reason why award shows don't hit anymore is probably because I think it's day and age. I think a lot of this is due to like, I think it's a combination of multiple things. One, um, we have a lot more artists, and I think that the standard of like the pinnacle of what we got, like compared to the 90s, we had like the Princes, we had the Janets, we had like the Madonnas and stuff. So I feel like it was a very, very high standard now. And I think because of social media and now you can blow up off of social media and TikTok, it's kind of lowered the standard and the bar for like how celebrities perform. And I also think social media is a huge part as well. With social media, before the age of social media, when we had award shows in like the 2000s and the 90s, because we didn't have social media, that would be the one rare time that we can actually see our favorite celebrities and we get to see them perform and just watch them do interviews. So then, like places like the Grammys, the VMAs, and all those award shows, it was a spectacle. Because, like, wow, our favorite celebrities that we rarely ever see outside of them maybe going on a talk show or doing a special, they're actually gathering all together to do a performance. Therefore, it was an event and there was a standard level of talent. Now we see celebrities all the time on IG lives, on videos all the time. Like, we are constantly filled with celebrities. Therefore, the award shows don't feel as special. And honestly, like the standard of performance has gone really downhill in recent years, over like the past maybe 6 to 7 years. No, probably not even say 8.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with what you said at all. Um, I also think as well, if your favorite celebrity, if you know your favorite, I think celebrities have also stopped going to award shows. Um, but reason being, I can't tell you. I cannot tell you why. Um, might not serve them anymore. Might have a conflict of schedules. Blah 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 blah. So then as well, people might not tune in if they know their favorite artist isn't going to be there, or they know their favorite artist isn't um gonna perform, things like that. And then also as well, people don't really watch TV anymore. I think that's a huge part. I think
Well, they stream them now online to get people to watch them more.
who who is going to stream? Who on earth? Who's going to run to stream anything? Do you? No, no one runs to stream anything.
Because they've been doing it recently with like the movie award shows. Like they've been trying to like stream like some of
No one. It's
the SAG awards
longer.
and stuff to Netflix to get more
Yeah.
people to watch them. So I think they're trying to like transition now to get more people to watch.
Maybe if somehow they can enter, Netflix, Amazon.
I think it'll be
I
good.
think that's the only way people might watch an award show. But right now, people don't really watch TV anymore. And then on top of that, if it's put on the internet for streaming, that's actually me going out of my way to watch it. Like, I would prefer to just turn my telly on.
I think for me it's that again most of the performances just aren't really worth it to me. Like for me, at this point, the only award show that I watch is the VMAs, and the only section of the VMAs that I watch is when they give the Vanguard Award, because the Vanguard Award is like you're actually giving like you're literally doing the best songs of your whole catalog, and it's going to be amazing. That to me at this point is the only award shows that I find enjoyable. That Vanguard section has been amazing in recent years. Like if you guys watched Shakira's Vanguard performance last year, and then you had Nicki Minaj, and you had like Missy Elliott's, all these people getting Vanguard Awards, Rihanna's Vanguard Award, like they are some of the best performances because it's actually proper showmanship. I feel like nowadays when artists perform, a lot of times I'm just watching them just sing into a mic and just walk across the stage, and I'm like, I just want to see like I miss like performances and like theatricality. And even then, back in the day, even though when you didn't even have artists who could dance, because it's not about the ability to dance, it's about the ability to take a stage and own it. Even back then, you had artists who couldn't really dance or anything. They had backup dancers.
Yeah,
they had
yeah,
people
yeah,
who
yeah.
owned the stage, and it was fun to watch.
I also think though, budgets have been cut because people don't tune in to the award shows. I think I always say this, but everything's to do with money. I think it started with loss of viewers. There's a loss of viewers, there's less money to go around to make the stages what they are. So then there's only so much. an artist can do, because I don't think artists get paid to perform.
No, they don't. They don't.
Yes, they have a certain budget for their performance. So if they, obviously not everyone's Beyonce and or Rihanna, and you can get all these huge things and make, have you seen Beyonce's Billboard performance? It was Run the World Girls, and it was the screen, and she was doing this and there was a ball on the screen. Like, not everyone has that budget. So yeah, if you don't have the budget, you can't really make your performance amazing. But that's not to say like you shouldn't put your blood, sweat, and tears into the performance to make it, but and wow. But that also adds to it. And then also as well, if you see some people giving lackluster performances, you might think, oh, okay, I don't actually need to try then. Like, I don't need to be the bestest. I feel like, I keep saying best is the best. I feel like over time, performances have gone down in relation to money. And then now, if you've got a smaller budget and you've just got dancers and you, realistically, it might even be harder now to put on such a great show. It's going to be more physically exerting. So you're going to think, is it worth it? 3 to 4 minutes to break my body, when before I could get things to make my performance great. I could like go on a zip line and go from stage to stage. Now I have to be brucking it for 3 whole minutes. Like, people might not want to do that for, I don't know, the VMAs or whatever it is. Especially if you're an artist that is just seasoned and you're asked to perform all the time. I get a new artist would like put their whole life and soul into it, but sometimes it might not even be worth it. I'm just thinking from the mindset of these artists. For me, I would want to put on a show every time. Sometimes it's just like, do you know what? They've asked me to perform. I might as well do it. Like, you can tell when some artists are frequently just asked to perform because they're popular and not because like they're an amazing showcase or showman kind of person.
Yeah, I think we is that, because the thing is, it's interesting. This links into one of our other previous topics that we talked about, what happened to performance ability. And we talked about this idea, and we're like, and I think I cleared that consumers still care about artists performing. Because you know why? If this wasn't true, I wouldn't have seen again, I talked about this previously, I wouldn't have seen so many celebrities get roasted after having multiple bad performances. I do think that.
Do you know what? I think the roasting happens, and then we accept the artist not being a good performer. We just live with it. That's just what happens.
We made Dua Lipa better though.
Yeah, but she's the only one.
So, I mean,
specifically with rap as well, not pop stars. I think the game is different for pop stars. You can't be a bad pop star performer. You actually can't.
Do you think Sweet? I mean, I know Sweet said that because, so context, Sweet around 2021 used to get roasted quite a lot because people said that she wasn't a good performer after a string of interesting performances. So the internet really came down hard on her. She said she was going to boot camp, but how much better has she got? The thing is, because I haven't really seen her perform though, so I don't know how much better has she actually
the performances
gotten.
I've seen, and I've always said she's actually hard when she's just rapping and doesn't have like glitz and glamour dancers. Like, I've seen her perform at Rolling Loud and Coachella, and she was hard, but I don't know if she had a set or she was brought out, but she was just like rapping and singing her songs. But that's not the same as having a concert or having a headline show. Do you get what I mean? I definitely feel like the bar for rappers to perform is non-existent. I think
Doja Cat and Megan's raised the bar for rappers.
Doja Cat, no.
Okay, Megan, I think she's a good performer.
Yeah,
so Doja's a one. I mean, okay, I know.
No.
Okay, yeah. Demar doesn't. Okay, so yeah, Doja's not considered as an artist because we've had this debate.
No, Doja's an artist, not a rapper.
Okay, Megan, I think Cardi's a great performer too.
Yeah, I think they're the starlets of it.
And Nicki's been doing really well on her tour recently.
You keep saying the starlets. I'm talking about in general, because you've named 3. How many rap girls are there? That's literally the point I'm making. 3 out of the how many?
I'm even trying to think to defend my...
Literally, I'm 3. You named 3.
I'm trying to think to defend my point. And I'm failing. I'm failing.
Like, we have 3. Like, there's 3 rappers you're going to pay to see.
Yeah, okay, I can't.
As for everyone else, I'm not going to say names, I'm not drawing anyone out, but as for everyone else, we've accepted that, cool, little R shape. Yep.
I I
That's what
think
we gonna get. That's all you got. And I ain't mad at that.
I think just like again, so I think again, just linking back to the whole thing about why award shows aren't hitting anymore. I just think that we just haven't. I think we're just like I just don't think as we as the consumers. I think we should. Well, I do think this. We are demanding more, but we pick and choose when we want to demand more from certain celebrities. Like again, we said this before. There is a gender bias. People are way more harsh on women for bad performances than men because
Yeah.
which is really annoying.
And also, when I said the bar for rap is non-existent, I was when I say rap in this conversation as well, because I never questioned in the previous topic we're talking about it's hypersexualized, we're talking about women, yeah. But right now when I say rap, I'm talking about rap, the whole gender, like male, female.
I think
When you go to a rap show, you're not expecting an extravaganza because the bar, unfortunately,
and it's also interesting because even back in the day, I even remember watching some of the older VMAs. Even though you have people like Eminem, who's not a dancer and stuff, when you perform Real Slim Shady, that's a tongue twister. He actually had like 20 of like other like Eminem
yeah,
copies
it
come
was an
out, and
extravaganza.
engineer who's pointing who's the real Slim Shady. Like it doesn't have to be you have to dance or do anything. It's literally about showmanship.
But that was a time where the money was long, the budget was brazy. The budget is not no one. That's the thing. Everything is like a relationship between everything or a correlation. If you're not getting viewers, then you're not getting money.
Mm.
People don't watch award shows anymore, so there's less viewers. The artists know that people don't watch award shows anymore, so why am I gonna go? Like, do you get what I mean?
Do you know what? I think it pays off for the artists to care about their awards and performances because when they see good performances, it incentivizes people to actually go and want to pay.
But no one goes to, but no one watch the award show. People just see the artist live or go to the artist's Instagram or go to whatever festival they're booked for. Like people to watch an award show, it's long. It's like 2 hours.
Yeah,
it's 2 to 3 hours.
That's another problem as well.
Yeah.
that they are too long.
Like
Who's watching?
I'm not. If I want to see my artist perform and they're 3 minutes of that 2 to 3 hour thing, I'm so sorry. I will wait for the award show to finish. Type in, Beyonce, Billboard 2024. Watch the 3 minutes. Whoa, that was cold, and I'm done. Like. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
people won't watch a whole 2 hour thing to see their favorite artist for 3 minutes.
I was gonna say because I'll probably even say to even wrap this topic up. The last time I watched a live VMAs performance was the 2014 one. That was the last one that I actually stayed up to watch it. And I remember even one of the few ones I remember was the controversial one where Miley Cyrus was twerking on Robin Thicke, and that was literally like one of the last award shows that I actually sat down, watched it live, and watched it full. So now I don't even have the patience anymore to even sit through it anymore. But
I also think the A-listers go to specific award shows that don't interest the masses. Like you will catch Beyonce at the Oscars. She's not performing at the Oscars. Do you get what I mean?
I was gonna say
she performed maybe for that song, Yellow Dress. That's the thing.
King Richard, yeah.
But that's where you're gonna catch your favorite A-lister now. In terms of maybe someone that's not an A-lister, they probably might not get invited to the award show, or it wouldn't serve them to go because people aren't watching.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so what should we do? Our last topic?
Yeah, we'll just I think we'll just quickly go to our last topic about Universal and TikTok.
Yes.
So recently, if you've been hearing the news, so Universal has decided to pull a lot of their artist catalogs from TikTok, and Universal is one of like the biggest music companies in the industry. So a lot of artists were being affected. So it came across on some of our TikToks because we had some Nicki Minaj TikToks, and then because they put the music, then all the videos were mute. Like I know some of you guys who've got TikTok felt it because a lot of your videos went mute after a while because you had music in the background. So yeah, affect a lot of artists. So it's interesting because TikTok was so pivotal to blowing up a lot of artists in like 2020, 2021. Even to this day, TikTok is still blowing off artists like Tyler and Flo Milli with Never Lose Me. So it's now interesting to see how will it affect artists now that they are not able to promote music on there if they're signed with Universal. Because remember, there are also conglomerates under Universal that are also affected. So even those people won't be under Universal, they'll be assigned to another label that's in partnership with them. So a lot of artists are affected. So how do you think that will affect a lot of upcoming artists or artists right now who are dependent on TikTok for them to blow up their music?
So realistically, that would only affect an artist that's signed to Universal. And it means anyone not signed to Universal, anyone signed to maybe Sony and Warner, they're gonna have the best time of their lives.
That's true.
So independent Sony and Warner artists are thriving. Turn up to them, you know. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Artists signed to Universal, you better get the vocal cords ready. You better start singing a cappella. You better start dancing and making dance stuff to a cappella songs. What can you even do?
Do you feel like people find like a loophole around it?
The loophole would be singing your song a cappella, playing your song from your phone and dancing to it.
I just think it's so interesting because TikTok is such a pivotal part of the music industry, and to have one of the three, like one of the biggest labels in music, like one of like the big three, because you've got the Sony, Warner, and what's it called? Universal. They are the big three. So to watch them pull that many artists, it's just interesting now. Like if you're an artist who kind of low key relies on TikTok to kind of like what's it called, make your music bop, but then now you can't use it. It's interesting to see. I feel like now we'll see the artists and the stars like kind of like divide, like, you know, who are the artists that are relying on TikTok, but who are the people who are like, I can make a good body of music outside of relying on virality to make it successful.
But do you know what it is? It's not even virality per se, because even if you made an amazing song that is not even a viral hit, you can't even promote it on TikTok. So I think the artists that signed to Universal now, what they'd actually have to do is just show us their artistry. You could do TikToks, how to write a song, come studio with me. Like they're actually they're gonna have to sell. They're gonna just have to sell themselves as an artist more. So even if, say, they're not the most talented, it's gonna now feed into their brand. Because cool, I might not be the best singer, best writer in the world, but if I'm literally doing cooking videos, go into this dance studio to practice with my girls, like that will still keep me relevant. But now, obviously, you've got artists, independent Warner and Sony, that are doing all of that, and you can still play their song on TikTok. So it's just like they're gonna have to work smarter. The people with Universal are gonna have to work smarter and harder, unfortunately.
I agree.
Whereas everyone that's still got their music on these platforms don't have to do so much outside of the music, because, you know, I can still go to TikTok and play it.
Because I was going to say, because like the superstars, because I know people like to hear Swift will be affected as well. The superstars are completely fine, so I'm not even worried about them. But it's also interesting because we might miss out on potential artists at Universal who could have blown up for a TikTok song, because TikTok is still blowing up certain artists and then giving us a gateway into their catalog. So we might be missing out on like potential artists now, because thank God last year we got Tyler because of Water, that blew up on TikTok because of the Water dance. There are other you had like Tate McRae and Greedy, you know, that grew up huge on TikTok. Like we're gonna miss out on other artists under Universal who could have had the blow up on TikTok. So it unfortunately also deprives us of introducing us to other talented artists that we may have not seen otherwise without TikTok.
I agree.
I think so I think it's just interesting to see the people. Again, I'm more focused on the people who are really relying on TikTok to blow up songs. I want to see, like, this is the challenge now. How smart are you guys to adapt to this? That's what I want to see.
That's what we're going to see. But like I said, I reckon there's going to be lots of singing videos, day in the life, come with me, doing my hair, holidays, photo shoots, stuff like that. Which people should be doing anyway, but they're going to have to, like, go overkill on it.
Yeah, so... And then thoughts? All right. Take us out, Damara.
Okay, so thank you for watching Unapologetic Melody. I've been your host, Amara.
I've been your host, Gina.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join us next time. Have a good day. Mwah.
Bye.